Can you see anything now?
Really don't jump on here often, Chastity, but it does say that we're live now. Yeah.
You can see?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, good morning, everyone. We'll start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. I just pray for safety for all of the county employees and the county residents, Lord, and I just pray that you give us the wisdom and the knowledge to do the county business. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. All right, we've got Allie here on Zoom. So we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Approval of the minutes from the previous meeting. I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes. All those in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries. Go
Do the claims.
ahead.
Make a motion, we approve the claims in the amount of $645,655.54.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the claims in the amount of $645,655.54. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. I'll make a motion that we approve adds and abates 155 through 170 for a total change of a negative $9,152.54.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the adds and abates 155 through 170 with a total change of a negative $9,152.54. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Agenda? Do we have any changes for the agenda? Allie, did you have anything for the agenda?
I don't have anything.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda as presented.
Second that motion.
Been moved and seconded to approve the agenda as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right. AMR data from January 1st through the 25th. We had Blue Mound with 12 calls, 5 transports, Centerville 4 calls, 1 transport, Lacey 19 calls, 10 transports, Linn Valley 9 calls, 6 transports, Mound City 22 calls for 14 transports, Parker 9 for 3, Pleasanton 18 for 11, Prescott 5 with 3 transports for a total of 98 calls, 53 transports, with an average response time of 16 minutes and 23 seconds. Sheriff's report.
Pulled up.
I have it pulled up. Sheriff's report for January 26th of 2026. Total prisoners of 70, 13 releases this past week. Total farmed out is 0. Total farmed in of 54. Total 911 calls, Says the tracking software was not functioning. Total jail contacts of $5,067 or 67 contacts. Total calls for service of 683. Civil service papers served of 20. VIN inspections 15. New cases open 26. Cases closed 9. Vehicle crashes 4. Bailiff contacts 151 with 37 resulting in calls for service. 0 livestock out, and SRO calls for service of 111. Randy, Fire and Emergency Management.
Good morning, Commissioners. Randy Hagwald, Linn County Rural Fire Emergency Management. This week's call totals were we had 4 wildland fires, 2 EMS assist, 4 vehicle crashes, 1 gas leak, 1 mutual aid, and 1 ice rescue for an animal. They had got the animal out right before we got there. Brings our total to 13 for the week. Total calls for 2026 is 43. That's all I have this week, unless you have other questions.
I don't.
I don't have any.
I know we talked about surplus equipment. We found some others, so I'm trying to compile a larger list. So hopefully by next week I'll have that for you.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Randy. Amanda, Health Department.
Good morning. I have a little update for you since I wasn't able to make it at the first of the month. So as of last Friday, we've had 146 client appointments. Some of our January highlights, we've continued CPR and first aid for the Jayhawk transportation staff. We're still giving flu shots in the office. A WIC appointments, we've had appointments in the office and we went to Blue Mountain last week. We currently have 27 clients expecting, and we've had 6 babies born since January 1st.
Wow.
So we're kind of in a baby boom right now. As soon as somebody delivers, we get a call that somebody else is expecting. So keeping us busy. We attended the regional nurses meeting a couple weeks ago in Chanute, where we did some disease investigation training, and there was a really good presentation on rabies. The state veterinarian presented on that. And then last week, we went back to Jayhawk and just kind of did a Q&A over car seats with their employees that transport kiddos, not necessarily on a bus, but in a transportation vehicle. And those kids need to be in a car seat. So they had some questions and we went over installing and what types of seats they should be in, when to move straps and harnesses, etc. Upcoming events and training. We have a new prenatal class that we are putting together. It is called Expecting Together. This is a curriculum that we are writing ourselves. This will replace the Becoming a Mom curriculum that we've used in the past. Danielle has been working really hard on putting this together. Instead of having a 6-week class where people are required to come every week for 2 hours, this will be a Saturday morning. It will be a condensed class. It'll be about 2.5 hours long. Lots of hands-on education as well as multiple people presenting the education. So we're looking forward to that. We have had a lot of meetings with the Northeast Healthcare Coalition as far as the FIFA World Cup prep. The teams have been selected, and now the state is really working on determining what countries people will be traveling from, what their healthcare standards are, what they immunize against compared to what we immunize against, and potential illnesses that could be brought to our area. So a lot of planning there. Our aid to local grant applications opened this last month. Those are due by March 16th. So I'll be back probably sometime next month to have you guys sign off on those. March 5th, we have a public health emergency preparedness regional exercise. Well, we will be doing a tabletop exercise. All they've given us is that it will be a communicable disease. Not sure which one yet. We will be doing our seed starts for our Nutrition Nook garden sometime in the next couple weeks. And once it's not frozen, we'll have our soil tested to see what else it needs. Our WIC Nutrition Services Plan was also accepted. This is our invite for the Expecting Together, Preparing for Baby. So this is a class as well that we're encouraging spouses, support people to come and get the education as well. So talking about babies, I know you guys have been working on handbook updates, and I know you've talked some about the paid parental leave that the county offers. And I just wanted to throw in my 2 cents, kind of just some thoughts I had, suggestions. Take it for what you will. But I thought this would be a good time to share those with you. So the current policy was put into place back when I worked in the clerk's office. It was something that myself and Cindy Holt had brought to the commission, as at that time the state had implemented parental leave for their employees. At that time, they granted primary caregivers 6 weeks of paid leave and the secondary parent 2 weeks of paid leave. And our commission at the time, they weren't quite ready to adopt that policy, so they chose to do 3 weeks of paid leave for the primary parent and 8 working days for the secondary parent. So that's kind of where it came from and when it was put into place. And I want to say that was probably like 2016 when that was implemented. So currently, the state of Kansas, they have increased what they are doing as far as leave. So their primary caregiver, they're giving 8 weeks of paid leave, and the secondary caregiver, they're giving 4 weeks of paid leave. And then they're also, there is a bill, I believe, out on the table. I don't know if it's been passed yet, to allow employees up to 20 hours of paid leave to attend prenatal appointments. So what I would love to see, and this is just my suggestion, like I said, 6 weeks of paid leave for a primary parent, 2 weeks of paid leave for a secondary parent, and maybe possibly up to 20 hours of paid leave for pregnancy-related appointments. Just some caveats or stipulations with this. You would have to be eligible to apply for FMLA, and it would run concurrently. So for our employees to be eligible for FMLA, they have to have worked here for at least a year. The primary parent would use their short-term disability first. For a pregnancy, our short-term pays 5 weeks. That first week is considered the waiting period. So short-term will pay for 5 weeks at 66 2/3 of your salary. The employee can supplement that. So let's say they had saved up their sick and vacation time and they wanted to have 100% pay during those 5 weeks. They could supplement with their leave. And then they could use the parental leave that the county offers them. And then anything beyond that would be vacation, sick time, or unpaid leave. And these employees would not be eligible to apply for sick bank hours. So why? Why do I think this is important? It benefits parents, families, children. There's improved physical and mental health for parents, stronger parent and infant bonding, better infant health outcomes, long-term developmental benefits, and then the lack of prenatal care, that really goes with the additional hours to attend appointments. So I don't want to read all of these off to you. I did email you my presentation, so if you want to take time to read through them, but I'll just highlight a few of them. 6 weeks of paid leave allows the primary adequate time to physically recover from childbirth or to adjust to adoption. Longer paid leave reduces postpartum depression, anxiety, and burnout. Secondary parents having 2 full weeks supports the shared caregiving, improves family bonding, and reduces stress on the primary parent. The first weeks of life are critical for attachment, emotional development, and long-term health. Increased leave is associated with higher breastfeeding initiation and duration, improved infant sleep and feeding routines. Babies benefit when both parents are able to participate in early caregiving. Early parental involvement supports emotional regulation, cognitive development, and secure attachment. These early investments reduce future health and social service needs. So back to the hours for prenatal care. I kind of outlined here what a healthy pregnancy prenatal schedule looks like. So approximately 12 to 14 visits. Could be higher if the pregnancy is at risk or if there's chronic conditions, but for the average healthy pregnancy, that's how many times you are going to the doctor's office. And I wanted to break this down for you just because I like numbers. So for example, I'm just using myself here as an employee at the health department. So offices that are offering OB services are at least 45 minutes from Pleasanton. We're in a healthcare desert as far as OBs. We don't have hospitals around here that deliver. So our employees are traveling and traveling long distances to get the care that they need. So using myself as an example, my doctor only performs services at Advent at Shawnee Mission. So from setting in my office to their office is 54 minutes, and that's with no traffic. So if an average office visit is 45 minutes to an hour, pending they're not out delivering a baby, a 54-minute drive, allowing 20 minutes for traffic, plus your appointment time, I'd be gone 3.21 hours per appointment. And if you take that times 14 appointments, that's 44.94 hours. And then another little note I had here for an hourly employee to earn 40 hours of sick time, that would take them 5 months. And that would be without taking off for any other illnesses or if they have other children, those children being sick. So it takes a little bit of time to accrue, even enough time to be off for your appointments. So benefits for the county as an employer. You have a competitive advantage in hiring. Say people that are in childbearing years, they're definitely looking for benefits like this. You have improved employee retention, reduced turnover, increased employee morale and productivity, and then alignment with the county's values and public service mission. As far as your competitive advantage in hiring, like I said, it'd be increasingly expected, especially among younger workers and professionals. We're currently lagging behind the state of Kansas, and then updating the policy signals that the county values families and modern workplace standards. As far as improved employee retention and reduced turnover costs, paid leave is a relatively low cost benefit compared to turnover. Increased morale and productivity. Employees return from adequate leave more focused, engaged, and loyal. Reduced stress leads to fewer sick days and higher job satisfaction. And a supportive leave policy fosters a healthier workplace culture. As a public employer, the county sets the tone for community standards. Supporting families aligns with public health goals, child well-being, and community stability. And a modern parental leave policy demonstrates leadership and commitment to employee well-being. So in summary, updating the county's parental leave policy is an investment in employee health, child well-being, workforce retention, and recruitment. The proposed changes move the county closer to the state standards while remaining fiscally responsible and aligned with our values as a public employer. Question?
You're wanting to see 6 weeks for the primary, 2 weeks for the secondary, plus 20 hours of prenatal care.
I would love to see that.
Okay.
I mean, obviously that's not as robust as what the state is offering, but it's a big benefit from where we are now. If you have an employee that wants to take off that full 12 weeks for FMLA, this gets them a little bit closer to being able to do that.
Okay. All right. I don't have any other questions.
I don't have any.
Nope.
Thank you, Amanda.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Could you please email that to me? I don't think so.
Oh, yes,
Thank you.
I will.
Alice, thank you too.
Have a good day. Stay warm.
Thank you.
You too. Marina? You're up. Allie's on the computer.
Yep. Allie, I'm gonna scoot my computer a little bit closer so you can hear Sherry. She's coming to the table to give an update on the marina, okay?
Oh, thank you. Okay, so first things first, I guess. Here's the 2 bids we have for the cabins for remodeling out of the 4.
So you had 4 people show up.
4 total interested. Well, I called he got me the contracting list from Avery, and I called them, and then I called a few other people, so, besides the ads in the paper.
This bid is from Darren and Jamie Shackelford. So we didn't have any set criteria as far as what it was. You just,
Right, I just let them be free range on what they wanted to do in there. I told them they couldn't change any of the plumbing or electrical in there, those all had to stay the same. Just to go through and use their imagination what they wanted to do in there.
and this is buying new appliances, I guess, as this one is too.
Haven't seen them, so that one has.
It's a
refrigerator.
total of 18,259.77.
Okay, this one is from Miller Brothers Construction LLC out of Pleasanton. And it's for $24,810.
Basically, gonna have to look at them and decide what we're getting from each one.
So is this something you're gonna for sure go ahead with, or you're still debating on what to do?
I think, like on most bids, I think what we would like to probably have is you guys kind of qualify them, determine which one that you think is going to be our better choice and go from there.
Okay. My concern is that the cabins that really need to be remodeled are 1 through 6. And I know you guys, or Ally especially, was pushing towards bedding. But if you look at the spreadsheet I sent you about cabins, cabin 1 and 7 rent way more than the rest do anyway. You've got cabins that are 40 years old versus one that's 15 years old. So
7 is 15 years old, so
7.
7.
The others are 40 years old. So my concern is that you put all that money into one when you're already cabin 7, not meaning cabin 1. And then what is your goal for how much to rent it for once it's done? And is it really feasible to do that?
I think that's, once again, something that we would expect from you as far as what you thought the market would be along those lines.
Okay.
What you think you can rent it for.
Okay.
Maybe breaking it down so that we can kind of see how long it's going to take us to recoup our cost.
That's what I'm getting at.
And how many days each one of them was actually rented throughout the year for the track record on that's what I'd like to see, you know.
I sent you a spreadsheet about how much each one was
So you had
rented.
that one sent up
But
last- She sent that out earlier, and that cabin's rented almost half of the year. I think it was 168 days on cabin 7, cabin 1 had
Something like-
150 some days it was rented out, and then I believe cabin 3 was also in the 150-day range.
I sent that to you guys on January 5th.
Yeah.
So just before you jump into it, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you want to make money, we just raised them. Well, that one we raised $10 a day, and we raised the other ones $5 a day.
Is there any increase in the cabins throughout the years that we just stayed about the same? Or
What do you mean, increase in what?
Wise.
as far as renting them, or rent, how much have we had them rented for in the last 5 years? Has the amount of nights that they've been rented changed much?
permit.
Oh, I can figure that out for you because I would just do the same thing we did on the cabins for this year.
Just to look at the track
Sure.
record of the last 5 years and see if.
So
I can do that.
What does cabin 7 rent for?
Cabin 7 rents for $80 a night on a regular night. It rents for 90, I think it is. I don't have my numbers with me. 90 on a peak rate, which is Dance Festopia, the holidays, and fishing season. And I put it at 100 on Airbnb this year. So
So $80 a night for 160 nights. That's a gross of 12,800.
that's without bedding too. So you're not, it's a little, yeah, just so you know. But there's a cleaning fee with Airbnb that we don't get on the days that it's being rented out of the park. And there's,
It's there very many days it's rented like that out of the,
say that again?
how many days is it rented on Airbnb out of the park?
It's on your spreadsheet. I
It was
don't know.
17 days it was rented last year on Airbnb and 168
Eight.
days through sharing. So going through the Airbnb, the number was much lower
Okay.
than what it is if they just call sharing and rent the building. So
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That kind of give you an idea.
Me?
Yep.
Yeah, I can do past years for you, and that's what you're really looking at, right?
Yep.
See if our rental rate has increased any as far as the nightly rentals.
It surely has because I've raised it every year for, you know.
I'm saying
Oh,
nights.
the amount of people,
Yeah.
correct.
Amount of
Okay.
people are we getting?
Well, that same spreadsheet I sent you will do that. I just have to do it for the other years, so we'll be good.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. So, I don't know if you want a copy of that. but
Thank you.
Copy of an example of what the asphalt is happening, what is happening to the asphalt in the park, and that's very minimal, but I don't want to give you too many pictures. So Jesse and I were talking about it, and I was off track on what to do. I've never done that, but for what I researched, I was. Anyway, we talked about possibly letting the loops go back to gravel, and then we need to get, the main drag needs to be re-asphalted. What did you say, chip and seal?
yep. I'd like to turn this into a 2-year project if we could on this. 1 year to go through and patch the swags going in, and then the following year do a chip and seal all the way down into the marina on the road going down in there. That's something I get with Todd and we get that cost figured out going down in there. But I'd like to fix the swags, get those fixed because there is several spots on the road going down in there that we need to get fixed going in there before too long.
Or would you mill it out and start?
Yep, so those spots would be milled out and then we fill them back in with hot mix.
So you can get us a cost of that, so.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
And you're saying on the loops, just leave them.
Basically, let them either do mill
Just let
and
'em
grind them up or
deteriorate
just let them
out.
deteriorate. Yeah.
It's already deteriorating out, and so instead of spending the money patching it back up, we'll just let them go back into gravel.
How many miles of asphalt is there up there?
I don't know how many miles are going down in there. We can get that figured out.
Total asphalt up there?
Say that
How
again.
many total miles of asphalt is at the lake?
I don't know. We can get that figured out though. I figured it'd be a cheap way to go through it and fill in all the swags 1 year, the next year go back in and chip and seal the road down in there. We'll let the loops go back into gravel and just keep them as gravel. down
Okay.
in there.
We, Todd put, I don't know what it was, which kind, but I thought it was straight asphalt. Some up by the cabins 2 years ago, down Marina Road and up Marina Lane. So that area will probably be halfway decent for a while. So,
Okay. I'm interested to see what the cost is.
okay. That's really all I have for you guys. So.
Ally, did you have any questions?
I mean, I have a couple of, I guess, starting with cabin 7, Am I understanding you correctly that now you're saying that you'd rather go back and do 1 through 6 and not 7?
I always did.
Okay, so on cabin 7, did they provide in the bids pictures?
Yes,
Or
they did on the one I opened.
on Miller?
Yes.
Okay, I'll get with Jesse this week.
Okay,
I'll comment more on it next week.
be fine.
Okay.
Okay,
Anything for me?
thank you, Sherry.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Can I make copies of these?
Yep.
Public Works?
Jesse Walton with Public Works. First thing I have for you this morning is a burial permit. This is burial permit number BP 2026-01. This is for Consolidated Water District. Number 1, I believe. And they are going to be doing a road crossing at Ferris. And I believe it's 900.
Good. Any concerns?
No, there's no concerns out there. We've had, Rodney went out and looked at it, and it's clear of any obstruction that we'd ever have to deal with out there.
Okay, I'll make,
Motion, we approve burial permit 2026-01 for Consolidated Water District number 1 in between Ferris and 900 Road.
okay. I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded for burial permit 2026-01. Is there any discussion? Anything?
I'm good with that.
Okay. We'll proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Next, I have the tire bids that were brought in. We had Pomps Tire and Goodyear bring in bids this year for our tire bid. I sat down with the road foremans and the mechanics this last week. We went over the tires, and they would like to go with Pomps Tire this year.
Okay. Do we have the amount?
Everything is priced out by tire instead of total.
Okay.
So, I mean, we can go through the prior tire prices individually all the way through there. But it's not set up as a total in there because there was different
Was it the
styles.
cheapest on the total?
It was the cheapest way to go.
On the
Yep.
total?
Yep.
If that's what it was, I'm good with that. Is it you?
Sure. Yep.
Probably should state sometime what it is as far as the amount.
I think it should when we make our motion,
Yeah.
don't you?
We should have the.
Can you total it up?
I can total it all up and bring it back in. Yes.
That'd be the best if we did.
Yep, I can bring all that back in.
That'll be perfect.
Okay. I think that's all I have for you this morning. I had road crews out over the weekend working on roads. They're back out again today, taking care of the roads. We finished up with our survey out at the landfill. We should have that as built back. Everything was looking really good there. Next couple of weeks, I'll be going out for mowing bids for the county buildings. So just so you're aware of that. Also, G-Works, we had a virtual meeting with them on the 20th. They still have a few more bugs to work out on some of their drop-down boxes. They just didn't work. There were several things on there that just didn't work when you clicked on them. So Phil was going back through and working on that to make sure that all those boxes were filled and that they had the appropriate items inside of there. So there's still just a few more bugs to work out with G-Works before we go live with that. So that's still going to be a minute before that one's done. Other than that, that's all I have for you, unless you have anything for me this morning.
Have we heard anything from the military bridge down there? Any?
So when I did talk with Kenny last week about the military bridge, they've been out several times and looked at it. They've sent some paperwork into the State Historical Society about the bridge, but they're still moving forward with that, and he's hoping to have something here before too long for us.
Okay. I don't have anything. Thank you, Jesse.
I'll bring it. Over.
Okay, Clerk?
We'll be back in a little bit.
I just have one little update in regards to the airport insurance. Last week, I announced that it was like $26.25. After the fact, Jesse from Trust Point sent a message back and said that was the insurance premium, but there is a terrorism premium of an additional $263. So I just wanted to give you an update. The actual amount is $2,888 versus the $26.25 that I had initially given you. But again, the policy stays the same as it has been over the last few years. And that locks us in where it doesn't go up over the next few years.
Okay.
The next thing I have is I wanted to give you an update that Cheyenne, our election deputy clerk, completed an election security grant that is being provided from the state. And so she is sending that out this week, completed it last week. The grant amount requested is $21,667. What this will do will allow her to be able to get some filing cabinets, a new door on the election room, and a little better quality of security for things that have to do with the election room and our election equipment. So this is a grant that, again, the state is providing that she has applied for. So once we know that she received it or not, I will give you an update on that. I just want to let you know that she has applied.
21,667.
Yes. Yep. Another question I have, and I don't know if this is a question that can be answered today or not, but we have, over the course of the last few weeks, been talking about the different boards. Your Southeast Kansas Healthcare Board, the Economic Development Boards, and I realize we're not always in charge of all of them, but the question that keeps arising is, who's on these boards? When were they appointed? My question is there somewhere that you guys as commissioners in your term now, are you aware and who we have on boards and who you as commissioners have appointed to a board? I would like to clean up that record a little bit and maybe have a little better record for that, because I feel like this could be an ongoing thing with each commissioner's term that takes place.
Right.
So I just would like for you guys to be.
Add it to the website and have everyone listed.
Exactly. Again, another key component to what I was working on with the website, Allie. Yes. So I just am asking that if you guys would kind of think about that over the course of the next week or so, and we can table that and come back to that. But I feel like that's definitely something that needs to be updated and more
It's
accurate.
something I feel that we've overlooked, and just haven't paid enough attention to, even in my terms.
Yeah. And as Allie, I mean, that was my train of thought too, is as Allie's talking to, if we can have that where it's also on the website when the new website gets going, it's one more place people can look, but it's accurate
See what
information.
boards we're on, what the term is to, like with yours with the Area on Aging.
Yes.
You've been on that. I mean, I think Rick is on it the whole time he was here.
Right. I've been on it for 3 years.
Yeah. Is there is anything in your meetings that says,
No.
That's the way it is with the mental health? They had to go back to our minutes to see when we even appointed them.
And with those appointments just like that, I would like to have them instead of me or whoever the clerk is has to go back and read through all the minutes. There should be documentation somewhere.
Like with the planning and zoning, we actually did, I think we have a resolution that states.
And on Area on Aging, my term was up and I was appointed at the last meeting to stay on for another 2 years.
Okay.
So,
So your time frame is
There.
2 years.
right, but they are, okay, so I mean, they have commissioners from the 6 counties that are involved in the Area on Aging and everything that way, but it's not where we're necessarily appointed by the commission.
So they just have the 2-year term in their meetings as feel as your term is a 2-year term.
Correct.
Okay.
So I finished out 1 year of Rick's and then have served 1 term myself and I'm starting a 2nd term.
And then now you currently serve also on Southeast Kansas Regional Planning Commission.
Correct.
So,
And the Stars Board.
yeah. And so I don't know if there's something out there, but I would like to put something together. Again, a little more quicker reference guide than going back with,
Get you a list of them.
yeah. So if you guys could think about that and get that either emailed to me or brought in the next meeting or so, and I'll table that to the next.
Maybe we could set up something with ours
Find a
to,
list of all the committees first. I think that we should also include, we still have the health department, I'm not sure. I know the meeting, the LEPC meeting that I went to, that's something local too. That's something that Randy heads up, and I don't think that's listed online either. I'm not sure. I also still send out, when we were trying to get someone for planning and zoning, I'm still sending out the committee form link on our website that I think it was done before or around when you were in there, Chastity, because it still has all of those emails are going to you for questions. It's the Linn County Committee application.
It was done by Jessica.
Oh, yes. On that website. I see what you're saying. Yes. On the website. Mm-hmm.
I just emailed it over to you, but that needs to be updated. I think that there could be, I guess first step, would we want to just outline all the committees that we want to have on the website,
Yep.
what we're working with?
Okay.
I'm gonna add that to the agenda.
Yep.
Next week, Chastity.
Yes, I will do that.
Some ideas.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The last thing that I have is Jacqueline wanted you guys to approve or look over the RAWs applicant. I believe she emailed it to you. Is that correct?
Yep.
So I do have a copy here too. So the way I'm understanding this is for the calendar year 2026.
Yeah.
And we just need to fill all of this out and then it needs to be signed by you as commissioners.
All right. And so this is the RAWs is the rural opportunity zones. This is a student loan repayment tool.
for anybody that,
Right. That is moving back into the county.
Right.
Stuff that way. We currently don't support financially anything with it and haven't ever supported anything financially. But we continue to be a part of the program because that allows the employers, if they want to use it as a recruitment tool or something along those lines, to be able to go ahead and participate in it if they'll.
not sure it's even gonna be funded after July 2026, right?
Right. So,
Okay, so this will be resolution number 2026-1.
So on section 8, whenever it says the county shall allocate, you put $0 there? Is that what we've done in the past?
that's what we've done in the past, Ally.
Okay.
What else do you have to answer?
I think that was it. I just know that they wanted it, let's see,
I would just question section 7 when it says 15,000 right there. I don't know, maybe Jacqueline can. The maximum student loan amounts for each qualified resident individual to be repaid jointly by Linn County and city shall be 15,000 over a term, and then section 8, we're gonna put 0.
Okay, so the county is contributing 0. It can still be 15,000 for them based off what their employer will contribute.
I'm fine.
Okay. I make a motion that we approve resolution 2026-1 for the RAWS applications. With the county not paying anything toward the student loans.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution 2026-1. For the RAWS Rural Opportunity Zone. Is there any discussion? We'll proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
and that concludes what I have, so.
Okay. Jesse?
Regarding going back to the tire bids, this is going to come up to $52,919.20. That's for Pomp's Tire.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we approve the tire bid from Pomp's Tire in the amount of $52,919.20.
I'll second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded to go with the tire bid from Pomp's Tire in the amount of $52,919.20. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse. Okay. We don't have anybody here for public comment. So we'll go ahead and open it for public comment and close it for public comment. Anything else today?
I don't have anything.
All right. Okay. I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded to adjourn the meeting. Meeting adjourned.